Welcome back to N's Notebook LM. Today, we're digging into something that affects pretty much everyone, the modern epidemic of stress, and, more importantly, how we can actually re-engineer our response to it. So let's kick things off with a fact that is, well, pretty staggering. It shows just how deep this problem really runs.
Get this, somewhere between 70 and 90%. That's the percentage of all doctor's visits in the US that are related to stress. That is a huge number, and it's a really clear sign that our internal machines they're overheating big time.
And here's the crucial thing to understand. This isn't a personal failing. It's a collective crisis. The World Health Organization itself has called stress the health epidemic of the 21st century. So the big question is why? Why is this happening to all of us? Well, the problem isn't actually the machine itself. Our stress response system, it's a brilliant piece of biological engineering. No, the issue is that its software, the programming, was designed for a world that just doesn't exist anymore. And this comparison just lays it out perfectly. Our biology is hardwired for an immediate physical threat. A saber-toothed tiger jumps out of the bushes. That triggers a very short, very intense fight or flight response. But today, that same system is getting triggered constantly by chronic mental thoughts. That annoying email, the 24/7 news cycle, a worry about next month's bills. It creates this reinforcing loop that never really shuts off.
And that's the fundamental conflict right there. Our ancient hardware, our genes, haven't really changed much since we lived in caves. But our world, it has changed completely. It's this huge gap between our evolutionary programming and our modern reality that leaves us feeling constantly on edge.
So how does this all lead to something like burnout? Well, what's really fascinating is that it's not usually caused by one single massive event. It's actually something a lot quieter and way more relentless.
This analogy of failure by fatigue from the source material is perfect. Just picture a robotic arm in a lab testing an IKEA chair. It just pushes down on it over and over and over again. Now, each individual push is totally fine. The chair can easily handle it. But after a million of those cycles, it's going to break. It will eventually fail. That's exactly what's happening to us. It's not failure by overload. It's not one massive weight that crushes us. It is failure by fatigue. We're breaking down from the relentless repetition of 1,000 tiny, bearable stressors, day in and day out. So if the problem is basically a faulty alarm system that's been worn down by all these small triggers, how in the world do we fix it?
Okay, let's get practical and move to the toolkit. This is a really simple 3-part diagnostic you can use to regain a sense of control and check that alarm before it just completely takes over.
The first, and honestly the most critical step, is to stop treating a stressful thought like it's a fact. It's not. It's a fire alarm. It's loud, it's annoying, it's insistent, and its only job is to get your attention. Your job isn't to run around screaming, it's to calmly walk over and check if there's an actual fire.
And these are your 3 anchors to do just that. First, you challenge the thought. Is this actually 100% true? Second, you shift into action. Okay, what can I physically do about this right now? And third, you find your peace. If there's nothing I can do, can I accept it and make my life better anyway? This simple process moves you out of panic mode and into problem-solving mode.
Okay, let's dive into this final idea because it's a massive shift in perspective. It's this idea that you are not a victim of your stress. You are the engineer of your own internal state. This quote just nails it. The power doesn't actually lie in the external world. The traffic jam, the difficult client, the looming deadline. The power lies in your response to those things. This makes managing stress not a matter of luck, but a skill. A skill you can actually learn and get better at. And that's really the end goal here. Becoming unstressable doesn't mean you live a life with 0 challenges. That's impossible, right? It means developing the skill of managing your internal machine so well that those external pressures no longer get to dictate your internal peace. And honestly, gaining control over that machine is one of the most empowering things you can possibly do for your well-being. So I'll leave you with this provocative thought to chew on. If stress is just a reaction, and if we can engineer our reactions, then what does that say about our own power over our happiness? What if feeling stressed ultimately is a choice? If this topic has captured your interest and you'd like to dive deeper, the book is called Unstressable by Mo Gawdat.